So in this little video today, we're just going to go through on and show you how to either change a broken shaft in one of the Advantageer family of zone motors, or replace the actuator motor or step motor inside the zone motors. Now, the shafts are the same no matter which color motor it is, but obviously the little step motor is different for 24 volt and then 240 volts. So all these zone motors here to the these four to the right are all 24 volt zone motors. The black one is actually a 240 volt zone motor, so it's a different step motor required for that. So what you're going to need for when we do this is a screwdriver. All right, so let's go through and talk you through the basic steps on how to change out a shaft on the Advantageer zone motor. So let's take our zone motor we got here. You can see here that this is able to turn around, and it's got a broken shaft. So quite often this happens as a result of blades binding or an exact box dropping, and then it deforms slightly and then binds up the blades and breaks the shafts, because these motors turn, the little shaft actually hits little micro switches within the zone motor itself, and so therefore if it doesn't hit the micro switch, what will happen is the zone motor or the step motor will just keep going until it does. So that's quite often you hear a zone motor whirring in the roof or under your floor. That's as a result of potentially the shaft breaking, or we're not able, the step motor isn't hitting the micro switch like so, as it turns it around left to right from open to closed. So how do we take it off? So the first step we want to do is we want to try and salvage the zone position indicator. So we just gently try and lift this off the shaft with our flat end of our screwdriver. So then we take that off, we put that to one side, then we turn it over. I've already opened this one up a little bit. So in behind the stickers, there's actually a single screw that's holding the cap on the zone motor. So what we do is we undo this cap, then we can lift off the cover to it. As you imagine, they just changed the colors to suit the different type of zone motors, the platinum or control air system, the single VAVs, the now zone motors they use for all their systems is the grey Clip 24. This is an older style version of the Clip 24. This is just, it came with a lead on it. Now they're all got RJ plugs, and then there's obviously the 240 volts, a different one altogether. So if we look at this zone motor, this is the more complicated of the ones that it has a PC board on top and then step motor drivers underneath. So this is the internals of a Clip 24, or the grey one, or an EV. So this one has two boards. There's a board, so the platinum actually has a board underneath, which is the drive logic, and then on top is the sensing logic board that goes on top. Both are plugged into the top board as you see them, as you pull them out. So what we do is we just unclip the cable off, and then it's held, the step motor is held in by two little screws. So we just gently want to take those screws out. We'll retrieve that screw in a second. So then we can just lift that step motor out. If we turn that over, you can see this is the shaft here. So we can just take that shaft off, keeping its position, remembering its position. Then we grab our new shaft, and we put that back on. Into the right position, and then we want to relocate that back in. And there's two little keepers little lugs inside of here, which you've got two holes on each side of the step motor. And you just locate that back in, connect it back on, and then we put the screws back into those two screw holes. Just reversing the process we did to take it out. We put that, plug that back into the terminal so that's all connected, and then we can put our lid back on. And we turn it back over, remembering our position where it was. It was at the open position. So open position is at 12 o'clock on the zone motor when you're looking from the back of it, or 3 o'clock on the right is closed, just for your information. So that's how we go about taking out the step motor and replacing the shaft on the zone motor. So if you've got a faulty, if it's grinding or not turning at all, it's possibly the step motor that's failed. So we can supply you some replacement step motors. Or if you like, or if you've got a smash shaft, really simple process. Obviously, again, just to take the shaft out. If the step motor is in good condition and it's not giving you any noise, any strange noises or grinding noises, then obviously we can go about just changing the shaft, and then we'll be able to get that back up. Typically, if you're breaking a shaft or smashing a shaft, it's indicative that it's because there's some sort of binding happening with the blades on your exact-ear. So just make sure that when you're putting the zone motor back in, that it's able to move freely, because otherwise it's just going to repeat the dose of breaking the shaft again. So hope you find this video helpful, and love to hear from you about how you're going. If you need any parts or need any assistance, give us a call. Love to talk to you soon.